basically just going to be almost like a diary entry, because, or a journal entry, or whatever you want to call it, because I just need to get like some feelings out, and it has to do with men and just kind of my feelings about men at this point in time. As I've talked about many times on my channel, I have been in multiple abusive relationships, and because of that, I think some of my viewpoints on relationships are somewhat skewed, but at the same time, I don't think it's wrong for me to want to have somebody, you know, and sorry, my phone is probably going to keep going off. Actually, I'll turn it off, but I just, is it so wrong for me to want somebody to actually truly love me? Like, is it so wrong for me to not want to be lusted after, but to be loved? To not be taken advantage of or abused? Not to just be used for sex? Like, to actually want somebody who loves me for me? As you can tell, I'm very emotional because I just feel like, you know, over the past couple of years, I've been in a few relationships, and they've all ended badly. And I blame myself for getting into the situations that I did, because I'm a people pleaser. I like to make everybody happy, and, you know, I probably shouldn't have, you know, bought the things that I did, or, you know, spent the money that I did the things that I did. I mean, you know, I would go out and buy hundreds of dollars worth of gifts, like, just because I thought that it would make them happy. And obviously that's not a healthy relationship. You know, I just feel like I've been used so many times, and just for once, I would love to just have somebody who isn't going to just cheat on me and leave, you know, and isn't like going to leave me heartbroken. Somebody who's going to be supportive and not just in it, you know, while it's easy. I want somebody to spend the rest of my life with, and somebody to grow old with. And honestly, I don't think that's gonna happen, because there have been times when I thought that I had found somebody to grow old with. Obviously, you know, I have an ex-husband. Well, legally, he's not my ex-husband. We're still separated pending divorce. I never thought that was going to end the way that it did either. But I guess you live and you learn. I just get so tired of having to start over in relationships. And then, you know, I see my friends and my family members, and they have good, positive relationships, and, you know, they have families, to have kids, and, you know, husbands and wives. Like what happened with me and my husband. He left me for another girl. That hurt me for the longest time. And honestly, sometimes it still does when I think about it. but not half as bad as it did when it first happened. After everything that I've been through, I have so many reasons to not trust anyone. I have so many reasons to not believe in love anymore. And I have so many reasons to have so many deep-seated trust issues. But I don't. I still, for some reason, decide to put myself through the torture of trying to love someone, of trying to have relationships, of trying to have something positive in my life, of, looking for love. And don't get me wrong, I know all these people tell me, well, you should stop looking for love and blah, blah, blah. I've done that, and, I don't see the purpose, because I feel like if I just don't look for love, because I don't go anywhere and I don't really do anything and I'm really in the house like 24/7, if I don't put myself out there as being available, then, how would anyone know? How would love find me when I don't really do anything? I sit in the house, I work from home, I do online classes. It's like, honestly, if I didn't actually actively seek love, or at least put myself out there as being available for someone to love, I wouldn't have a chance of finding it. I don't go anywhere. I don't get out of the house like on a regular basis. I don't go to places on a regular basis. Like, this is what my life has come to. I've seen people who are older women who are single, no family, and they basically end up dying alone. And I think that that's one of my worst fears, is to actually be alone for the rest of my life. It's a real fear. And I have talked to my ex-husband. I've talked to him. And, every once in a while, he'll say that he wants to get back with me. And I think about it. But then at the same time, I think about all of the hurt that I went through when he left me. I just don't think that I will ever actually find somebody who truly loves me. And you can judge me however you want to. I know people will say really retarded ass comments about how, oh, you shouldn't be looking for love, or blah blah blah, get back with your ex-husband and all this other bullshit. I don't care right now. I try to stay positive, and I try to, keep a positive outlook on life and love, relationships, everything, just in general. And the sad part of life is that you really can't be positive 100% of the time. There will be ups and there will be downs, and I have depression, so this is just a part of that. I have not had an easy life, and I don't use that as an excuse, but I wouldn't wish depression or post-traumatic stress disorder or, having to go through an abusive situation on anyone. Like, my abuser, I almost said his name. My abuser, he told me once that I would never find somebody who actually loved me because I'm damaged goods. He told me that after I had him arrested for abusing me and after I got out of the situation and was living in a domestic violence shelter. He told me that. And I think it's sad that I've gotten to the point where I am starting to believe that what he said. Because I feel like a lot of the negative things that have happened to me in relationships is because I'm afraid that the same thing is going to happen again. I'm afraid that when I get into a relationship that, I'm just going to put my all into it and get left again. That I'm going to, love someone and then find out that they don't love me like I love them. Because that's what happens in every single relationship that I've ever been in. I told myself when I got married that I never wanted to get divorced because I went through it with my parents getting divorced, and that's not what I wanted for myself. I wanted to be able to be an example of how a marriage can last and how relationships can work if you actually try, and if you actually put an effort into it. And obviously I failed. If you're still watching this, thank you for listening. You have no idea how much it actually means because, I give a lot of advice and I listen to a lot of people vent, especially since I started this YouTube channel, sharing my story. I've had a lot of people vent to me about, things that are going on in their personal life. And I'm just so thankful that, I'm at least able to reach people with my YouTube channel. Even if, I don't have, that happiness that I'm able to help them get, at least somebody's able to get something out of it, I'm sorry for being super emotional and rambling for 13 minutes. I know that most people will not watch this video because most people don't really watch my entire video anyways. But thank you to the ones who actually watch every single one of my videos and actually care. I don't know. I'm just feeling hopeless right now, and my depression is getting the best of me, and I'm going to cut this video here. But like I said, thank you for listening, and thank you for letting me get this off my chest because I just really needed to talk to someone, and none of my friends are talking to me right now for some reason. Those few friends that I actually do have, if they're even considered friends. But that's all.